Meanwhile, in Mississippi, our food giveaway is suspended until further notice. We have been notified by Mid-South Food Bank that funding has been suspended and we won't receive any deliveries until otherwise notified. Continue to watch our Facebook pages in the event something changes. They're cutting everything, folks. Plenty of money for tax cuts for billionaires. Plenty of money to eradicate the people of Palestine. Plenty of money for Donald Trump to go do vanity tours around the fucking country to NASCAR and the Super Bowl. But not enough money to feed our hungry in this trash, goddamn piece of fucking shit country that we now all find ourselves trapped in. So sucks, really, to be honest with you. Like, what is our tax dollars going to go towards? He's not lowering the tax bill for middle-class people, for lower-end people, only for rich people. So if our tax dollars are not going to feed the hungry, what are they going towards? Well, I already know. We're going to genociding the Palestinian people. And for Elon Musk tax cuts, everything for them, nothing for fucking us, folks. And for those of you just saying, oh, nothing, they're just trying to cut the budget down. No, they're not. They just requested $4 trillion for the Republican government, y'all. They are not trying to cut the government. They're just trying to cut the jobs, the funding for the poor. All the rest of the money is going to go right to the fucking top, y'all. We're going to cover this more in a second. But it ain't stopping them from spending all the money in the goddamn world on themselves. No limit for them. No doge anywhere to cut down on this corruption. Trump burned $25,000 in jet fuel doing laps around Daytona.
Are looking at Air Force
Yay,
One
America! Hey, we can't feed our people. Your kids got to go to bed hungry. We're going to take your mother's Medicare from her. She got to eat cat food and die. But at least our glorious leader got to fly around in circles above NASCAR. For a bunch of mouth breeders, the dumbest of goddamn among us who sit out in the fucking heat all day and watch cars drive in circles. Yeah. Super cool, America. Are we fucking great yet? And of course, conservatives falling all over themselves to praise him for this. Because what an alpha specimen. All gums, watermelon head, Charlie Kirk. Breaking! President Trump is taking laps around the track in the beast. You guys ever notice that a lot of Donald Trump's nomenclatures revolve around him being the Antichrist? More on that later. At the Daytona 500, the man never stops. Yeah, he never stopped sitting on his ass, driving in circles. He never stopped spending taxpayers' money. Never stops emptying our coffers directly into his own pockets. What a hero! Wasting $5 million taxpayer dollars to drive around in fucking circles. Hooray! The best among us. Meritocracy, baby. And let's break it down. Air Force One costs $800,000 to $1 million. His motorcade, $200,000 to $500,000. Secret Service, security, $1 million to $2 million. FAA airspace, $100,000 to $300,000. Staffing, $200,000 to $500,000. Additional emergency military resources, $100,000 to $500,000. Yeah, cool, $5 million, baby. Sweet, hell yeah. When you're the president, they just let you do it. I couldn't help but notice he had his little granddaughter out there, and she's woke. She's woke as fuck. What is this wokeness? I thought what was that? Elon promised, y'all. Elon promised. What was that? But can you imagine if Joe Biden had spent $5 million to drive in circles, and then he brought his granddaughter out there dressed in a rainbow flag? They're shoving it down our face. Elon would be tweeting about it, and they'd be on Joe Rogan. They won't shut up about this. I didn't join the right. They forced me to join the right by shoving this in our face all day long. He had his granddaughter out there, granddaughter, in front of everybody. In the rainbow fucking flag. Rainbow in front of everybody. Woke everywhere. It's destroying our society. But of course, we don't have the infrastructure to play the game like they do, folks. So why they take every little bit of nothingness and blow it out of proportions all fucking day long, we can't return fucking fire because we ain't got it like that. And then Trump basically just declared that he's a dictator, I guess. I mean, we already fucking knew it. Democracy died November 20th when this country decided to commit suicide, but he ain't fucking trying to hide it. He's like, he who saves his country does not violate any law, which is a quote from a movie that Napoleon supposedly said. But yeah, that's just him saying, I'm a dictator, baby. Some people are like, hey, a lot of people are taking this to mean that he's saying he's going to defy what the courts do whatever the fuck he wants to do. There's no checks and balances anymore. But other people say, hey, I think you guys are missing the point here. He's actually sending a message to all his cretins, all his cult members, that go ahead and do whatever the fuck you want to do in the name of saving America. Nothing's against the law, baby, just like January 6th, where they try to overthrow the government, install me as a dictator. I pardon every one of them. Do whatever you want to. I'll pardon all you people, too. There's no laws anymore when you're a right-winger. They're just trying to put it in our fucking face, dispirit us. They can do anything, we can do nothing. They rule us. And we just have to fucking take it. And their little minions out there trying to sell this diarrhea to us continuously. Jack piece of shit big posted. He who saves his country does not violate any law. America will be saved. What must be done will be done. Yeah, hey, we might have to kill you all. Hey, we might have to suspend the Constitution, but it's not illegal when the president does it. That sounds familiar, Mr. Nixon. And of course, Elon. Yes, yeah, we're going to break all the laws. We're going to throw you guys in concentration camps. We're going to send you to the worst rape prisons in foreign countries to own the fucking left. What are you guys going to do about it? Nothing. We're just going to die. That's all we're going to do. Sorry. I wish I had better answers for you guys, but that's the situation we find ourselves in. There's no way to fight back. Nothing we can do. It's all over. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good night. And, of course, the rest of his minions are like, the American people are with you. You are our living Constitution. No, he's not the living Constitution. Oh, my God. Whatever. You are the law. Fuck the Constitution. The Constitution is whatever you say it is, Mr. President. So, sounds bad, but I guess it's fine. Who gives a shit at this point, right? And, speaking of, he who saves his country does not violate any law. Murder Bay has just entered the chat. Why doesn't that apply to Murder Bay? All right. Murder Bay was just defending his fucking country against enemies. Domestic. All right. Free Luigi. But no, they got to kill him, folks. And then the best take on this, as always, comes from advice from Lewis, who is my favorite content creator besides myself. I love the, it's too late. I love that line. Fucking gold, no notes. Anyway, here is advice from Lewis explaining the he who saves his country does not violate the law post.
Donald Trump just posted, he who saves his country does not.
Let me turn it up so you guys can actually fucking hear it. All right, here we go.
Donald Trump just posted, he who saves his country does not violate any law.
What does that mean?
The French Emperor Napoleon Bonaparte said it right before he orchestrated a coup and seized absolute power and ruled with total authority, which he used to abolish the election, censor the press, and destroy political opponents. He then reintroduced slavery in a French colony.
Okay with this happening?
Listen, even if Trump wanted to break the Constitution, he wouldn't be able to. So you can stop fear-mongering. You think Trump would actually become a dictator?
He shut down federal departments, ignored the rule of law, defies court orders, is now requiring loyalty pledges from new federal officers, and is advocating for a third term, which is illegal 10 days into his presidency. Yes, I think he's trying to become a dictator.
Look, I know I said Trump's not a part of Project 2025 and that you were fear-mongering, even though he was a part of it the whole time. But now I'm okay with it because he's just doing what's best for America. So if he actually becomes a dictator!
How are you okay with surrendering and sitting down like a good boy to a grown man who doesn't even know who you are?
You act like because I've made Trump my identity, I just defend whatever he does out of fear of being wrong. Truth is, if he has to break laws for America to be great again, then so
And when was America last great?
Back when chocolate people and women were property, it's too late! It's too late! 2024! I'm stuck in my way! There's nothing you can say to convince me I'm wrong about my beliefs! I'm glad to give all my money to Trump. I'm glad to give my rights to Trump. Once my wife, then I'll give my wife to Trump. To give my life to Trump, then I'll give my life to Trump. The livelihood of my wife and kids do not matter anymore.
Basically, that's what it sounds like. We're talking to cult members. It's too late. Everybody's gonna die. We're gonna save you all. We owned you. Yeah, we all lost our jobs, and we're dying with you, but at least you're dying with us. This is all we got. This is all we are. We're the most petty, disgusting people on earth. Just, man, this is why I don't talk to most of my family anymore. Like, I don't have any respect for them. Sorry, you're all stupid. It's like talking to, not even children, monkeys. It's like talking to monkeys. No thanks. But don't worry, folks. Hey, regardless of what you think, Trump does not want to be a dictator. Unfortunately, he might have to become a dictator because of what we're doing to him, says Mechie and Kelly. Trump may have no choice but to defy the courts. He doesn't have any choice, y'all. The last thing he wants is to become a dictator, but he can't help it. He's trying to save America, and we won't let him. He has to become a dictator for our own good, y'all. All right? Better listen to Menchie. She is very bipartisan on this whole thing. And apparently they're trying to make Donald Trump's birthday federal holiday. Okay, sure. Why not? GOP bill, make Trump's birthday a federal holiday. Congresswoman Claudia Tenney today introduced the Trump Birthday and Flag Day Holiday Establishment Act to officially designate June 14th as the federal holiday to commemorate President Donald J. Trump's birthday and Flag Day. This legislation would permanently codify a new federal holiday. No modern president has been more pivotal for our country than Donald J. Trump. As both our 45th and 47th president, he is the most consequential president in modern American history, leading our country at a time of great international and domestic turmoil, of which he caused. From brokering the historic Abraham Accords, yeah, hey, there's peace in the Middle East. Don't Google it. To champion the largest tax reliefs for the super wealthy package in American history, his impact on the nation is undeniable. That part's true. It's undeniable, his impact. Anyway, just as George Washington's birthday is codified as a federal holiday, this bill will add Trump's birthday to this list, recognizing him as the founder of America's golden age. Hooray! Yeah, put that man on Mount Rushmore immediately. Haters are going to say it's a cult, but no way, folks. He is just the greatest man among us, and he loves the military. Like, we really got to name, it's going to be Donald Trump birthday / Flag Day, okay? Because not only do we have to praise and worship and celebrate the greatest president of ever, but we have to put it on Flag Day so we can also mix it with patriotism. Because if there's one thing we love, it's Donald Trump and the troops. But also, Veteran Affairs Secretary, I just fired over 1,000 employees. Yeah, apparently they fired 1,000 veterans today. So, yeah, they love the troops, though, folks. Don't get them wrong. We have them flagged after him. Just don't think about it. And then, what a coincidence. Apparently, first, Trump announces the creation of the U.S. Sovereign Wealth Fund. He says he wants 50% of Ukraine's rare earth minerals. He tried to have Zelensky transfer it to the Reconstruction Development Fund. The head of Russian Sovereign Wealth Fund is also part of the delegation meeting with Rubio in Saudi Arabia. They're all meeting today. Folks, in case you're a child and you don't understand what's fucking happening, let me explain it to you. Trump is trying to set up a sovereign wealth fund so that he can take $4 trillion from the government and then have his own slush fund. They're basically at the point with, yeah, I could take 20 billion from my crypto scam coin, taking bribes from everybody, which I did. But what's 20 billion when you can take $1 trillion from the American people? So they just asked for $4 trillion. I'm guessing he's going to take 25% as a finder's fee. It'll disappear through his slush funds. They say Elon Musk is going to be the first trillionaire. No, it's going to be Donald Trump. Going to be so fucking wealthy, not on paper, not on not publicly, but privately, going to stash away. They're looting the fucking coffers. They're not ending government corruption. They're not getting rid of all these fucking jobs because they want to lower the budget. No, $4 trillion for their budget. It's more than it fucking ever has been. But they also want the money from the people working in the government. They also want the money from all the tech workers that they're firing, right? Which is why they're getting rid of all the illegal aliens, all the migrants picking the fruit, because that's your job. Former Washington employees, former tech employees for Meta, that's your fucking job. Get rid of the middle class, jettison themselves, separate themselves so that they already have more power than we could ever combat, but they don't even want there to be a question about it. Destroy whatever's left in the middle class so there's nothing but the super mega wealthy, and then the rest of us the fucking bottom, so that we have even less of a chance to fight back than we already do, which is already none. That is the fucking goal while Trump skims, $1 trillion for himself. And the shitty part is, if you ask MAGA people, they could find out that he did that. They'd be like, good. I'm glad he's getting some for himself. He deserves. There's so much waste in government. If Trump takes $1 trillion for himself, well, that's earned money. That's meritocracy. Good. I hope he takes it up. That's what they'll say, folks. They don't care about their own lives. They don't care about the children. They don't care about their children's future. All they care about is the orange fucking goof. And they rule us. What can you say? But I'm not trying to make you depressed, folks. At least we're all in this together. At least we can watch it collapse together. At least they'll be hurt fucking too. So, and all empires collapse, though, folks, too, is I want to say, you know. Most of us will probably survive. It might be tough for a while. Might be some hard roads ahead. But most of us will make it through and help pick up the pieces and rebuild what comes after this. This is just a dark time in our fucking history. But together, we will get through this, most of us together. Just got to keep our heads up and, you know, try to laugh about it, I guess, because it's a joke. This country's a fucking joke. They voted for a murder clown, so here's the murder circus, you know. And he's a Russian asset. What can you say, folks? They've already decided that Russia gets everything it wants in the Ukraine war. It gets all the territory that it's conquered already. Ukraine gets nothing. Good day, sir. And also, Ukraine has to give up 50% of their mineral rights. Here they're asking him, is Russia going to have to give up anything? No, is the answer.
Do you see any future in which Ukraine returns to its pre-2014 borders?
Well, I think Pete said today that that's unlikely, right? It certainly would seem to be unlikely. They took a lot of land, and they fought for that land, and they lost a lot of soldiers. But it would just seem to me, and I'm not making an opinion on it, but I've read a lot on it.
I'm not making an opinion, although my opinion is the only thing that matters. Pete just parrots everything I say, but I'm going to pretend like this is Pete's words, so I don't take responsibility. Well, I just let you guys know what we're actually going to do. Yeah, they fought for that land so they can keep it. Finders, keepers, losers, weepers. Sorry, Ukraine.
It's too late.
And then on the hellish cavalcade, Trump is signing an executive order today to fund public schools that require vaccines. Yay! Measles, mumps, it's all back on the menu, baby. Fuck your children. But also, you know, pretty much public schools could be a thing of the past for too long, so I guess it's not going to matter. But, hey, seems bad. I'm glad there's no pandemic on the horizon killing all the birds. And then, yikes. Spotted at Kroger. Man, I want to go put signs like this at fucking Walmart, but I'm afraid I'm going to get lifetime banned from Walmart, and then I'll starve because that's the only place to shop here is the Walmart. But this is what you voted for. It is. That's what you voted for. You voted for polio for your children and $8 eggs. Good job. But they like to put it in our face, too. I see posts all the time. Why do the left think we give a shit about egg prices? We don't give a shit about egg prices, you stupid liberals. It's not like they're owning us by saying that. And look, we know you don't care about it. That's why we're making fun of you for it, because you pretended to care about it and nobody believes you. And now you're admitting you're lying the whole time. And we're just saying, see, we saw right through you. We know you're the people of nothing. We know you'll say fucking anything. We know that you have no moral backbone, no integrity. You'll literally just spit whatever diarrhea comes to your mind and say the exact opposite of Mark. We already know that. You're not owning us by pretending that we fucking believed you because we goddamn didn't. And, why did they delete this? So they asked Trump about the record high egg prices. And, of course, he immediately blames Biden. They fucking deleted it, though. Here we go.
What's your egg prices have reached an all-time high?
It was a long, before I ever got here, it was at an all-time. This didn't, remember, I've been here for 3 weeks. And when you saw the inflation numbers, I've been here for 3 weeks. I have had nothing to do with inflation. This was caused by Biden.
It's Biden. It's all Biden. The buck stops somewhere else. I'm never responsible for anything, baby, even though I specifically said I would cure it on day one. I would get those prices down right away, fucking day one, or just immediately. It's not my fault. It's Biden, baby. Yep. We know. 3 years from now, when egg prices are triple, he'll still be saying it's Biden. It'll be somebody else's fault. It's never his fault. No responsibility. The same people that always tell you take responsibility for your problems. Don't blame other people. Don't pass the buck. Own up to it. This is their leader. This is who they worship. The people of fucking nothing. The fakest motherfuckers that have ever existed. Then, in the brain trust that's running our government, apparently they fired a bunch of people who are overseeing our nuclear stockpile. That sounds like a great idea. Trump administration official fired more than 300 staffers Thursday night at the National Nuclear Security Administration, the agency tasked with managing the nuclear stockpile. Good. What the fuck do we need them for? Why do we need to maintain a nuclear stockpile? I'm sure it's fine. Just let it sit there till we need it. What can go wrong? Then there were like, oh, fuck. Oh, maybe we shouldn't have fired all those people. So then they were like, come back to work. But it turns out that they lost the contact information for a bunch of them. So they didn't know how to reach them to beg them to come back. Trump administration wants to unfire some nuclear safety workers, but can't figure out how to reach them. Just peak American government right now. Hooray, us! We are definitely not the laughing stocks of the world. And folks, hey! Of all the people who have been convicted falsely in this country, of which there's so many, DNA evidence proves people innocent all the fucking time, of all the political prisoners around the world the United States could be advocating for, of anything the United States could be advocating for, our president, Donald Trump, is advocating for Andrew Tate. Trump administration pressures Romania to lift restrictions on the Tate brothers. You know, Andrew Tate, who's on tape bragging about raping people, who was on trial for sex trafficking and rape. Even if you don't believe that, if you don't believe none of that, he's on tape admitting that he made his fortune by conning lonely, desperate men out of their money by tricking them into believing that they were going to be in a relationship with sex workers and taking every dime that they have from them. There is nothing good about these people. There's nothing noble, nothing worth standing up for, yet this is who our government is going to fucking bat for, because we've slid, folks. We've slid to a dark chasm where decency is no longer celebrated in this country, where the most vile, horrible criminals have government protections, have the protections of the most powerful fucking people on the planet. Like Trump's lawyer who went on a video with him and said that she was a big fan of his. How can anybody be proud of this country right now?